Nobody has ever survived this particular operation, he concluded a few minutes later, skipping all the medical jargon to keep from boring you to death. Pardon my pun. Nobody. It's been attempted 3 times, but none of those were ultimately successful. One person survived for 3 months in intensive care, but she was 51 and in frail health in general. We think you're a much more viable candidate. But then again, there is no way to be sure. We can do it in 2, maybe 3 months after I've assembled the proper specialists and created a game plan, considering your health doesn't take another nosedive before then, that is. If we're going to try this, we need you in tip-top shape, or as close to that as we can get you anyway.
Okay, I said again, sitting a little taller. And what are the chances that this Hail Mary will even work, and that I won't just die a few days after the surgery anyway?
I'm afraid to say that it would be stretching things to even tell you 80-20, he said, peering down at me from over his glasses.
I steeled myself and took a breath. Okay, well, that's better than 100-0. Let's go out with a bang then, Steinberg. Let's do this. He threw up a fist, triumphant, but I could see the fear in his eyes.
It's settled then. Hail Mary it is.
My mom rushed over to sit beside me and kind of hang on to my shoulder as some counselor woman came in who helped families handle these types of situations. Transitions, she called them, and just hearing that word threatened to pull me under. Dr. Steinberg watched, an apology on his face as she said things like preparations and options and arrangements. I tried to be polite and pay attention, but truthfully, I didn't give a damn about what she was saying. It was time to go, and things were looking grim. I already knew that. The wet, metallic panic erupting in my stomach was due to an entirely different subject. And finally, the counselor lady, Angie, said in a hushed, clipped, polite tone that spoke of years of having impossible conversations with worried families huddled in chilly waiting rooms. I work very closely with Last Great Hope, a wonderful organization that specializes in situations like this, and if there is anything you want before the surgery summer, a trip to Tahiti, a cabin in the mountains, whatever, we can do it. Or if— Thanks, but no thanks, I said, making her stop short. What? Excuse me? Save the Disney trips for the 12-year-olds, I told her. Spend all that money on a cancer kit or something. I know the truth about those fairy tales now. Make someone else happy. I've got everything I need. Or almost everything. I paused as everyone leaned in. I do have one request, actually. First of all of you are forgetting something vital.
Oh no, did we forget your milk?
My mom asked as she reached for her purse.
I thought I put some—
No, Shelley, we did not forget the baby milk I pump into my stomach tube every day to keep myself alive because my throat doesn't work. But that does have something to do with it. As she pouted in my general direction, I realized what a complete bitch I was being. And then I realized just as quickly that I probably wouldn't be able to stop myself anyway.
What is it then?
My mom asked, stung, and I took a breath and then pushed it back out. Frankly, I need all of you to chill the fuck out. My mom dropped her purse onto her lap. Dr. Steinberg looked at me like I'd just tried to jump out of the 3rd-story window. Angie held her pen in midair and stared at me, the sun turning her brownish eyes ochre.
Excuse me, young lady? My mother asked. We need to do what?
Chill the F out, I said, editing my language the 2nd time around. Sorry, but all this emotion and drama and doom and gloom crap is already making me freak out. You're all forgetting I've had a broken throat and a tube in my abdomen since I was in diapers, and that I can handle this. I've dealt with health scares before, and I will do it again, no matter how much scarier this scare is than all the other scares. Like, I know you're trying to help and stuff, but melting down in front of me is not going to help me deal with this, so please.